Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of Talking Comics, ExcaliburCCGTV. Every week we come together to tell you about the great comics and more that are hitting the shelf for that week. This week we are talking about January 13th, 2016. This is my man Randy. I am Chris. We are here to get you ready for Wednesday. Kind of a light week.
Kind of a light week with number ones.
Yes.
Kind of a heavy week for me with a lot of comics I'm looking forward to reading.
Yes, exactly.
That's been the topic of discussion between us off camera.
Yes, exactly. Because it's going to be a huge week for all of my monthly stuff that's coming out. I'm going to have a pull list like a mile long when it comes around in the email next week. But we've got several number ones to talk about. Some different stuff, too, that we're going to dive into. And, hey, everyone, thanks for pressing play. We really appreciate it. Thanks for all of our new subscribers. Thank you to all of our listeners on iTunes and Stitcher. We really appreciate that as well. And, hey, I'm sorry about last week. I'm glad you guys got to see the video when you did. But apparently it was unlisted for a day or two. But by the time Randy told me about it, we had like 23 comments down below.
I kept waiting for it. I'm like, when's he going to post?
Exactly. And people, I thought it was live because so many people, all you guys were commenting. So
you found him. I didn't until Bleeding Cool posted us.
Yeah.
And that was a little later on in the week.
Exactly. So sorry for the delay, guys. That was my bad. I thought I had unchecked it and made it public. So any of you guys that were a day late seen it or something, that's my fault. I apologize. I'll do better. I promise.
You tech whizzes, good job. I'm not.
Exactly. Hey guys, so let's dive in to some new number ones because we have several of them to talk about. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with Marvel because they got one notable new number one hitting this week, and that is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number one by Mark Guggenheim, German Peralta. This is based off of the current TV series that you see every week for those of you that watch it, which has gotten better and better and better. So there we go, guys. This is going to be based off of that. This takes a look at a couple of things. Two things notably. The Coulson Protocols are enacted for some reason, and what are they? And then somebody steals some Iron Man armor. So let's have some fun with that and what kind of mayhem somebody could cause with their own set of Iron Man armor. There we go.
Yeah. Coming from Dark Horse Comics, we have a comic that first appeared as a graphic novel, an original graphic novel, and it caught fire there. A lot of people were excited about this. We've got the continuation in comic book form, monthly comic book form, I should say, Leaving Megalopolis, Surviving Megalopolis, number one. And I believe this is a miniseries, 6 issues or so.
Okay.
Could be wrong. This Gail Simone, Jim Calafiore, I guess is how we say that. What they're taking a look here, this is a story of the city's beloved superheroes turned villainous. They are bigger, badder than the supervillains of that city ever were. For whatever reason, I don't know what the reason was that they turned villain. But this series is taking a look at a group of the city's citizens deciding that they are going to go back into the city for a rescue mission, and what might unfold with that. Do the superhero, well, I don't know if you call them superheroes, do the super beings know that they're back in town?
Nice. Who's
helping them? How do they even have a chance of surviving this? So it's kind of a neat little concept that they have going on there. Kind of like Watchmen to the Nth, I guess. With it.
And with Gail Simone.
Doing
her Secret Six stuff and other things that she's done. I mean, that's something to check out, definitely.
Yeah.
So, cool. Yeah, I knew it was like an original graphic novel, but then for them to do this, I'm gonna have to take a peek at it now. Guys, DC Comics has a few things here, or one thing actually. We have Green Lantern Corps, Edge of Oblivion, 6-issue miniseries. We've talked to you guys about how DC is going to be exploring that this year. This is by Tom Taylor and Ethan Van Sciver.
That's how I like to say it.
Sciver. And Sciver's been around a while doing tons of He's done tons of Green Lantern stuff, so he's like a Green Lantern fan favorite. So there we go, guys, for those that love him. But this takes a look at where the Green Lantern Lost Army series or storyline left off. We get to take a look as the universe is going into entropy. It's eating itself. It's destroying itself. The Green Lantern Corps has to find a way home. And along the way, they face dying gods. They're torn asunder. And a desperate group of survivors looks to them as the cosmic heroes that they are to help them get home as well. So 6 issues hitting this week from DC Comics. Take a look at that.
And the thing to remember with that, when he says the universe, this is like the universe prior to the current universe. This is like the death of, this is where one of the big villains from the Green Lantern, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but where he came from and everything. So
the big yellow guy?
Yeah, I forget. He was like the lights out storyline.
Yeah.
Relic. Where Relic came from. So they found themselves somewhere back in time in this. And now this is them trying to leave that universe before that entropy destroys it and creates the new universe.
Okay, very cool. Very cool.
So a little clarification there. We have the 3rd volume. This is from Dynamite Comics of Red Sonja #1. With this, this time Gail Simone has said her goodbyes. She's no longer writing Red Sonja, but we welcome Marguerite Bennett on board. And what she brings to the table is the Archie-Devil with the sword, taking a look at trying to protect the dying king of Hyboria as the people and possibly new enemies rise up to strike. And so what's going on with that exactly, I don't know, but I guess the people may not have, the king may not have been so well loved by the people.
Exactly.
We'll see. I don't know who Anike is that's writing or drawing it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that name before.
I've never seen the names, but they usually get a pretty good artist over there on the Red Sonja book. So I'll look forward to seeing exactly what the art looks like with it.
Exactly. And guys, one that we will have in very limited quantity here, but one that I'm getting and I'm excited to check out, is called Gutter Magic #1 from IDW. This is by Rick Doak and Brett Barkley, 2 names I'm not familiar with, but I had a chance to read an interview with the writer, Rick Doak, on Bleeding Cool. And this takes a look at the world. It's a world like ours, but magic is in this world. Magic was even involved in World War I and World War II in this fictional world. And this takes a look at basically a magically aristocratic family that has a son that can't cast a spell. And in order to be able to be the magic empowered person to his parents and family and everything, he robs a mob boss who's basically a mob sorcerer of what he needs to be able to cast spells. And now he's trying to, #1, establish his magical strength in the world in which he lives, but now he's running for his life as well. So, because the sorceress mob boss is after him.
Yeah.
So I liked the concept. I liked what I read with the interview. So this comes out, it's only a limited series. I believe it's a 4-issue limited series coming out from IDW Comics. So if you guys like magic or different takes on magic, different worlds or realities, this is something to check out.
It's not necessarily a new concept as far as the magic and the real world meshing kind of thing. But it's a new take on what goes on within that world.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I thought it was really cool. I liked it. I was like, here you are, you're born into this family and they're well known magicians and just, kings and queens, really in that realm, but you can't even cast a spell for some reason or another. What's wrong with you? But then I just like the concept. So we'll have it here in limited quantities here at the shop here. You may be able to find it at your local comic shop or wherever you purchase comics from as well.
And a little word of advice, especially to our local peoples. Make sure you take a look on our website at our new this week listings.
Yes.
Because those will tell you exactly what's coming into our shop. What you might see on other listings, Comixology, and maybe you have like a comic shop or a different thing on your app on your phone, something like that. It may tell you a few different things like that. Sometimes we don't get, stuff gets left out of the box. Things don't ship exactly on time. So please, instead of coming in and going, hey, why don't I see, hey, why isn't this on my list that you sent me for the pull box users? Guys, take a look at our new this week and it'll show you exactly what you will see coming to Excalibur Comics here and in Texarkana.
Exactly. Good point.
Beyond that, we've got storylines.
Storylines. Start us off.
Yeah, here's a big one you guys want to know. Secret Wars number 9 is hitting. This is a finale. What you're going to see, you're going to be able to witness the end of everything within the battle world and the genesis of the new Marvel Universe. Might look a little bit like the old Marvel Universe.
Exactly.
But you may also have some answers as to who and where some people are.
Yeah.
We've also got the Robin Wars ending with the number 2.
Yep.
Robin Wars number 2. The big finale, big conclusion happens here. What comes from this? It's anybody's guess. I've heard a few people offer some theories, but as I've not been too close to the storyline there, I'm not going to try and spoil anything for people.
There we go. He's kind like that. But guys, another one that we added to the storylines this week, because it is the culmination of a long storyline and a big monumental issue for the series, is Walking Dead 150 hits this week. Image Comics, Robert Kirkman, Charlie Adler, you know who the team is, but number 150 hits this week. And honestly, I mean, anyway, I could go on about the numbering because there's no big companies that have any comics that are 150 right now. But guys, this is going to be a special, extra-sized anniversary issue, 40 pages for $2.99.
Not bad.
I love it when any comic book company does that, but Image does that quite often. And in this 150th issue, we find Rick Grimes betrayed. Who could it be? There's a couple of different people. Coral. For those of you that have been reading, we saw where in the last issue, Rick, spoiler, here we go, spoiler, so now you know. And Rick went and got some, sat down with Negan for a moment of advice, how to handle some things. And then we see what's going on with the Whisperers and everything that's going on there. This is going to be a big issue, guys. So, I don't know how this is going to put the rest of the series going forward, but this is going to be a big issue with tons of extra covers.
Yeah.
Large issue. This will be a big pivotal point for the series.
And hey, this $2.99 is not a bad price because they're going to have at least I think 4 even ratio covers available for you to pick up. And so at that price, it's not bad, especially when you take a look at some of the bigger companies that'll give you like a $5 or $6 book with like 4 or 5 covers that you want to get. But man, that adds up quick. So that's not bad.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Now, some people have heard about some retailer incentive covers, guys. Those won't come cheap. Sorry to say, they aren't going to come cheap.
Go. So, guys, those are our storylines for this week. That's what we're hitting on. The conclusion of 2 storylines and then a pivotal moment there for The Walking Dead. Yeah. So there we go, guys. Now it's time for our favorites. These are the books that are some of our favorite comics to read month in and month out. That'll be at the top of our stack the week it comes out. Randy, what is up for you?
I've got one of the top, near the top is a pretty surprising book. All new Wolverine number 4. Been loving this. Of course, Tom Taylor. Very good stuff. And of course, David Lopez is the artist on there. Love his stuff. With this, it's a neat little concept of what are you supposed to expect when Laura comes to the Sorcerer Supreme and tells him that she doesn't need the sorcerer, but she needs the doctor.
The doctor, yeah, that's right.
I like that concept. We've also got Extraordinary X-Men coming out, and we're going to figure out, or we've discovered that kind of the haunting, very eerie fate of a possible X-Man. All meanwhile, and kind of has a lot to do with one Mr. Sinister as he is experimenting and trying to create and figure out mutant inhuman hybrid.
Yes.
And so that's been a real neat thing there. And then finally for me, Snowblind number 2. This has been a great first issue here.
Yep.
And we have Teddy. He is just not going to lay down and be a victim to this person, as he's still trying to figure out exactly what's going on with his family. He's, they've been lying to him for quite some time now, and he wants answers. So he wants the answers, and he's not going to have this person I guess, ruin everything
Yeah.
within his family.
Exactly.
So, great read.
And hey, hearkening back to Doctor Strange, guys, gals, expect to see a lot of Doctor Strange all over the Marvel Universe between now and when the movie hits later this year.
Yeah, because you know he is stash bro with Stark, Tony Stark.
Stash bro.
Whatever they say, facial hair bros, awesome facial hair.
There we go. Guys, just a few that I'm looking forward to. I'm going to run through real quick. Huck number 3 hits this week. Really looking forward to this issue, continuing the story. But as was always inevitable, once Huck became public, the government is now going to try to get involved in this 3rd issue and see what they can do with him. So we'll find out what happens with that. Also, Injection number 6. Yes. Is back. New volume, new story. Yes. So I was like, oh man, when is this finally going to come back? But now we're back with number 6, a whole new story. So this would be a great jumping on point for anybody who would like to translate my excitement into the possibility of you even checking it out, because I'm really looking forward to this. This takes a look at one of the characters that's part of this group of people, Vivek Headland. He takes on a case that involves a murderous sandwich. And sandwiches have quite a history with this particular character in the book. So I'm really looking forward to that. The Violent number 2 hits this week. I loved the first issue. I'm going to check it out. In this issue, the 2nd issue, we see the desperation leads to a murder. Whose murder? We don't know, because the way that first issue left off,
Could have been a couple.
yeah, exactly. It could be several different people, or possibly even a child. So there we go with that. And guys, they've been pounding us with this particular series because we're already on number 3.
Well, it got to us late.
That's because it was shipped late? That's what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, Squadron Supreme, number 3, hitting this week. We got 3 issues out here fairly quickly, but like Randy said, it was late shipping in the first place. But this, we take a look at how now the Squadron apparently need to answer to someone for what they've been doing, and they're going to be answering to the Avengers in this issue.
Not just the Avengers, the
Uncanny Avengers.
Yeah.
So we got Cap and Deadpool and
Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That team right there. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm cheering for the Squadron Supreme.
If you haven't been reading it, guys, James Robinson, I love his work.
Yeah.
He is a very talented writer. In fact, a little plug here, if you have not read his Leave It to Chance. Leave It to Chance is one of the most phenomenal books I've ever read. And there's been a period of time where he really seemed to have lost his mojo, and some of his books just is like, man, this writing, the caliber of writing here it's back, guys. It's there with this. It has been spot on, just great stuff. And
he seemed to his writing seemed to have really reignited with you when he was doing that Earth 2 book. He started doing that because you were on board with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else, but
I don't know what direction they were going to go in. I hate that they kind of ran him off the book.
Yeah.
That hurt.
And his Fantastic Four run was great. So there we go, guys. James Robinson is killing it so far with Squadron Supreme as well. So those are some of the books that we're looking forward to this week. What are you looking forward to? Tell us in the comments below, because we want to know. And now it's time for our question of the week. And there's a bit of a controversy surrounding this question of the week. For those of you that have seen the news, Bleeding Cool has been reporting how on during this past 2 weeks, the Grand Prix Angoulême Award, which is one of the European awards for comics, like our Harveys and our Eisners here in the U.S. It's a very prestigious comic book cartoonist award. The recent nominee list was named 30 nominees, and they were all men.
Yeah.
And several of the men that were nominated, they were like, you know what? I don't like this list. I don't like to be a part of it. There's not a single lady on this list. Please withdraw my name. Surely out of all the people in the world at this time, y'all could have chosen at least one female creator to be on this list. So that wasn't the case. And then it just started going downhill from there, because a couple people said, please withdraw my name. And then even more joined the bandwagon, including Brian Michael Bendis. He was like, look, several of them were like, please take my name off the list. If there's no ladies on here, this is not good. This is not how it should be.
Right, and we should say it's not a PC thing, guys. That's what a lot of people are going at right now with people feeling the need to include. This is a thing that there are women within the comic industry that have worked long and hard and have had very successful careers, not just in America, all around the world. And this is an award that really kind of looks at the life, body, work there. It's not just like what's happened in 2015 kind of thing. So it's one of those things that it's a bit of a slap in the face to put certain creators and for certain creators to maybe even feel a bit embarrassed that they'd be included on this list and to exclude someone else within the industry, because many of these women, and what has been very well documented, been known to be a man's world,
right?
That they've broken barriers and been extremely successful in what they've done. So there's a good reason why these men did this. It was not something that was a move that was any sort of trend,
right,
or something there. So don't put the certain things there that don't go there.
Right, exactly. So that brings us to our question of the week, and it's focusing on the ladies. Our question is simply this: name your top 2 to 3 female creators within the comics community that you just love to read or check out their artwork or whatever they do, if they're colorists, anything like that. Tell us your top 2 to 3 female creators that are in the industry that you think deserve that kind of attention, because there are so many out there. There's so many out there. So go ahead and tell us in the comments below, and we're going to tell you what we think of ours as well. So Randy, who have you got on your list?
Okay, I'm not going to take one that I know that's on your list.
Okay, cool beans.
G. Willow Wilson has been, I think, one of the most important writers with how she treats comics, as well as blending in her ability to learn about culture. And I think that has been a great boon to our audience, to the medium there. As far as artists go, one of the greatest female artists for, I'd say, gosh, and I didn't realize she's probably been in the industry for, it's got to be at least a dozen years now. Nicola Scott.
Yeah.
Is just, she's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And like, I just didn't realize she'd been going for as long as she had.
Yeah.
She's just been in DC for so long.
Yeah.
And man, her work has only gotten better.
Yeah.
As she's gone along there. So she's one of my favorites.
For me, some of the ladies that have been staples for decades. Ann Nocenti. She's done tons of stuff. Most notably, what I remember what she did was tons of Daredevil stuff back in the day. Most notably with John Romita Jr. Whenever John Romita Jr. drew Daredevil for a while. So we got Typhoid Mare, we got Punisher team-ups, tons of Kingpin stuff, great stuff.
Didn't she create Typhoid Mare?
I think that she did. I could be mistaken, but I think so. And then we got Louise Simonson, who has done tons of stuff for Marvel and DC over the years. And when it comes to this particular award, I don't understand why someone like Wendy Pini wasn't nominated for the ElfQuest stuff. Yeah. Is it because she and her husband Richard are combined together, or what? But even still,
I don't know. I mean, that's a very popular series there.
Yeah.
For I don't know, what, 30 years?
Yes.
25, 30 years?
For decades.
It's been a long time.
And then that's just like writers and stuff. But I mean, you've got Laura Martin, who has colored.
Yeah. Planetary.
Yes.
Yeah.
The biggest books in the industry for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Easily. And then you still got the fantastic artwork from Fiona Staples that hits. And then even more, you have Marjane Satrapi, who did Persepolis.
Oh, yeah.
There's tons of people. Chris was even naming an anime creator, a manga creator.
One half. And I don't know how to say her name. Sorry, guys.
Worldwide people like this that not even I'm just familiar with American stuff.
And wasn't Louise Simonson the one who did the beginning of X Factor?
I think so.
Yeah, which was a phenomenal run.
Yeah.
Phenomenal work on
back
that.
in the day.
Yeah.
So guys, there's just a handful there of people, of female creators that we love, and definitely love to check out.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see, because we have a good mixture of old school and new school fans out there. Because I know you didn't hear DeConnick's name here, and you didn't hear Stevenson's name here, and you didn't hear it was Annie Chu or Annie Wu.
Annie Wu.
Annie Wu's fan. There are a lot out there that we haven't heard from. And guys, we're just listing a couple of those that for us are like these personal, have been, groundbreakers or been very important within the time period of us reading comics here. Not just some of the newer. You guys have a lot of you have come in within the last couple of years, and so they've meant that they've been just as special to you. Exactly.
So, guys, gals, in the comments down below, tell us your favorite female creators, writers, artists, colorists. Just have at it. This was such a controversial thing, and now just to let you know what they're doing with this particular Grand Prix Angoulême Award, they're letting the public vote. They're letting the public nominate who they want to nominate because of this snafu, and that's the way it should be. So, that's better than what was happening before, in my opinion.
Yeah,
just my opinion. I'm not expressing anyone else's. So there we go, guys, and that's it for this week. Tons of stuff. Not so many number ones, but Randy and I had a list of favorites that we could have went on and on about, but we didn't. So, guys, leave us a comment down below telling us your favorite female creators. We want to know. Anything else to add, sir?
Make sure you check out some of the new number ones that are coming out that are by some of the great female creators there.
Great point. There we go. So, guys, that's it for this week. Until next time, take care, read some great comics, leave us some fantastic comments down below, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.